Each year, Simon and I are so lucky to work with investors between the age of 30 and 40. Now, what's your number one piece of advice for people in our age range?
The number one thing for me is to delay that gratification, to sacrifice what I want now for what I want most. And this can be quite tricky because, hey, we all want what we want, right? But if you can sacrifice a little bit in the moment so that you can work towards having an amazing financial future and amazing amount of choices, it can be super, super powerful. But what about yourself?
I feel like the most common thing that I see that challenges people in their 30s and 40s is this idea that it's all got to happen immediately. Like a lot of those clients and a lot of the people we speak to come in really hot and they feel like they've missed the boat and they're trying to catch up. But what I really wanted to communicate is you've got so much time, guys. Most people are just starting their investment journey at 45 to 50. So if you are starting in your 30s or early 40s, you are so far ahead of the game. And it really only takes 10 to 15 years of good decisions to completely change your financial position and financial future.
Man, I couldn't agree more. Like that is such an important piece there. But for me, I think another thing that's helped me is just being comfortable, being uncomfortable. The amount of emotions that you go through, the roller coaster of being a property investor is a whirlwind of emotions. And you really do have to learn to manage those emotions, manage those stresses, and still make calculated and educated decisions.
You know, one of the major mistakes that I made was rushing out and buying a shitload of investment properties basically without any sort of calculated plan. So for those of you in your 30s and 40s, many of our clients come through earning somewhere between $80,000 and honestly $1 million a year in that age range. Or some people have very strong combined incomes. And the problem with you guys out there that are in that position is the banks will just lend you a lot of money. And if you go out and spend all that money on 2, 3, 4 properties that don't make sense to where you actually want to be longer term, you can get massively caught out. And what I don't want for you guys is what I had to go through, which was selling the first 9 properties that I bought because I realized over time that they might not have been the ones that would give me choices and financial freedom earlier in my life.
I find so many people that I'm talking to in their 30s and 40s that are looking to buy that first investment property are really hell-bent on timing the market to the true bottom, middle, or top. And, you know, for us as full-time investors, it is very, very difficult to do that. So I love the idea of time in the market rather than timing the market. Because when you look at how well Australian real estate has performed in history, you know, time in the market is absolutely the most important thing.
You know, 2 more of the biggest things that sort of I hear often and struggle with, myself, are really figuring out that team of advisors. So what I would say to you guys is only work with people that are already where you want to be. Otherwise, you're just going to get advice from people on their way up as opposed to people that are already there. And the second thing being, it's going to take longer than we thought. Like I remember when I set my goal at 24 of being financially free, I said by 30, I'd have like 50 or 80 grand a year of passive income. It didn't happen. I'm 37 years of age now and I'm still working towards those goals. So it's going to take time. And I think a relatively short period of time for most of us in our 30s and 40s would be 15 years if you're earning a good income and maybe 20 years if you're earning an average income.
You know, I want to continue talking about the team of advisors because I think that is seriously one of the best things that you can have on your journey as a property investor. Just having a real kick-ass mortgage broker that can help you navigate the financing world with the banks, to have a really great accountant to make sure they're doing everything in your power to keep you safe throughout that journey. Having an awesome property manager as well to make sure that your tenants are paying on time and the property is maintained super well. And then having a mentor or a support network that you can reach out to and bounce some ideas off and, you know, just explore the plans that you're thinking to execute so that you don't become unstuck and so that you don't make those mistakes.
I absolutely love all those things, man. And that's really helped both of us move in the right direction. I think to round it out, the big thing is just to start living it up now as well. You don't have to wait until you're financially free to live your best life and become the best version of yourself. You know, for most of us, we can start making positive decisions towards our values and the things that are important outside of money in our lives. So if you want to be spending more time with your family, if you want to be seeing your friends more, training more, traveling more, while you're on the journey to financial freedom, then that's completely cool. That would just be my big piece of advice. It doesn't have to be this hustle. You're not magically going to be happier on the day that you arrive at financial freedom. So love every single part of that journey and become who you're meant to be now.
And I think that sort of comes back to the strategy generation side of things. You really want to develop a strategy that's in alignment with your lifestyle, with your values, and also with those goals so that it doesn't feel like you're just pushing a rock up a hill the whole entire time. But these are some of the concepts that we've followed, and these are some of the things that we do to ensure that we can have a nice, smooth journey as a property investor. Now, we wish you all the luck on your journey as a property investor and hope some of these ideas has helped you. If so, could you please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and maybe share this with somebody who's thinking about getting started on their property investment journey.
Whew, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's
Cool,
been.
bro. Yeah. Oh, sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. Look at that. So nice, eh?
Oh.